Hello, today what we are going to do is we'll just learn how we can handle forms in PHP. You all know that every application that we have built today is based on forms. What happens is any data that you are going to give, the application is going to take that data and then going to store it in database. And whenever it is necessary, it is going to serve the data to the processes and that will be modified in a way that you want and then fed on the screen. Today what we will do is we'll just see a very basic HTML form. You can observe here I have got a form.php which contains a form. Basically you can see form. I got an action here and this action tells us whenever I submit this, whenever I click on this submit button, you can see there's a button here. When I click on this submit button, what has to happen is actually written inside a save.php. Means as soon as you submit, this action has to be taken. Okay. And you can also observe that whenever you are submitting the data to make sure that the data that you have submitted safely reaches your server, we have to go for the post method. Okay. Now you can see there is one input field, and before input field I have got a name, and this name attribute in the input tag is most important because the PHP backend is going to identify that the value that you have put in this input is identified using this name itself. Okay, we'll see that bit later. But you can observe here, I am creating a form which is having an action, save.php and the method. This action and method are attributes of the form tag. Okay, now we are having a name. This is a plain text. I have not given any styling to this one. And then we have got an input tag. Input tag has a type, means what type of data that you're going to enter here. I'm going to say it is text and then the student name. And I have added two break lines. And then next I have got email, input type, email. Okay, just we'll try to run this application. What we do is I am presently in this PHP projects and then unit 2. Now what I do is PHP -s localhost, means I'm going to host it in the localhost using the PHP's inbuilt server. As soon as I click, you can observe here that a development server is running at port number 800. So what we do is, so we simply go to localhost and 8000. As soon as I enter that, you can see that it is not found because inside this unit 2, now it is running at inside unit 2. You can observe here I have got a lecture 1 here, so I have to go to lecture 1, lecture 1, and then form.php. As soon as I click that one, you can observe here this is saying initially it says that get slash, no such file or directory found. If I was having maybe inside just unit 2, if I had maybe index.php, like maybe hello, let us see whether it works or not. Now earlier it said it is not found. Now if I just remove everything, then simply enter, you can observe here I am able to see hello. Earlier the same get said 404 not found, but now it is saying it is found. It is because it actually searches for a index.php file where you are running the server. I am running the server inside unit 2. You can see I am running the server inside unit 2 and index.php, right? So whatever I write here, maybe it is updated here, and if I refresh, you can see that is changing automatically. That is a different thing now, but we are dealing with the forms now. We'll just go to this. As soon as I click on this, you can see it is getting lecture 1 form.php. Okay, lecture 1, this form.php file. As I explained before, the same thing. I have got a name field. I have got a name field here, and then an input field, email field, and then email input field, and then I have got a submit button. All these things are set. Now, as I said, when I enter the data and submit, what's going to happen? It's going to call save.php file. Okay, now we'll just do that once. Just write some name. At now, if I just click submit, it says that please include at in the email address. The reason being, here you can observe in the email input field, in the type I have entered email. So what it does, it will check whether it is an email ID or not, and it knows defaultly will have at in the email ID. Okay, and then if I click on this submit button, you can see it is going to save.php. Okay, earlier it was in form.php. Now it has gone to save.php. Now let us check what is there in the save.php. You can observe I got a PHP tag here, and then capturing student name from form. For capturing, you can observe I am using a dollar underscore post. This is basically a super global array. Means anything that you have got will actually anything that you are having in the form, anything that you send, anything that you post, no, that will be stored inside a super global array. That is hash dollar underscore post, and then that will be stored in name now. And then next, capturing email ID. While capturing email ID, same thing happens. Email. Then you can observe here echo student name is name, and then I'm giving a new break, a new line using break, and then email ID. You can check if I type something like this here. Now if I want to write email 1 here, and if I go back and refresh this page and try to enter something like this, you can see that student name is found but email ID is not found. The reason being, I am reading email 1 from the post, but email 1 does not exist in the post. To make sure that it is correct, what you do, go here, you change this email to email 1. Okay. Now if I go back and if I press this, okay, I have to refresh this one because it has saved the previous email one. Now at now you can observe it is working.